What's up, YouTube? It's Affected Hippo. I'm playing on my playthrough today, and I've not made very many just regular videos for you, so I'm going to kind of walk you through my process. I have this checklist right here. Now, this is a volcano. I went through and I actually have it all. I have everything I'd like to do right now currently listed out. So we go back to page 15, volcano. So, this is just a random hilltop in a savanna. Well, I guess technically it's next to a farm, but I mean, if you wanted to come up with some kind of like the hello cat, did you just invert my? He inverted my keys. I have absolutely no idea how he did that. Oh, okay. I'm gonna take a break to press buttons until they work right. I'm back, and apparently I'm also a fool because I forgot that when you're uh I think I was in my yeah. So I think I pressed F5. Yeah. So basically, I was confused. I was in my pre-cam, and then I think I went into third person, and then clicked that wildly and somehow got lost. So now that we have that sorted out, and everyone knows how scatterbrained I can be, let's continue. This is my template. I suppose this is the basis. This is going to be where well, I guess this is the volcano. You've got an infinite lava pool in here. I filled this in just to make sure that I had a thousand. Well, I dug it out first, but I had 10,000 blocks just from this little scattered thing down here all the way up to here, just to make sure that I was all set. And then after I had all that dug out, I realized I'm gonna need a nice place to go dig down, and I just dug a little 4x4. I think at some point I planned on filling this in. Definitely it won't be happening. But now, this is the bottom, roughly the bottom. So I can suck, I don't really need to suck 4 of these at a time. I think that makes it a little bit easier, makes it look a little bit better. And then I have 12 pumps powered by water wheels underground over here, just to make sure I can fill these tanks up quickly. And hang on, and I can. I promise you that much. I think each tank holds something like 300. It might be 288. Let's see here. 88872. That is a lot. 96. 104. I wish I could. Ooh, I can. So that's 96, 104, 112, 120, 192, 200, 208, 280. Okay, so 288 is what we're looking at here. 288 buckets per train car. I only have this set up to go to 6 of them. I believe there are 10. Yep, there's 10. I'm not going to be doing all 10. I think that's excessive, and I just want to keep 6 of them going. So let's just make sure we've got. I don't have the stone rim. I mean, I have it, so it's filled it, so it's not spilling out. But that's not the decorative piece I would like it to be. So lava collection, infinite lava, and then the lava pit being completely filled in. That's all good. I should probably know I will need some kind of station here at some point. I guess I don't need it, but I would like it. It would make me feel better. So the next thing we have to do is none of those. Let's head back. Yeah, so we will be building the train material farm today, which it's just an obsidian farm. So we're gonna import lava. We're gonna mine. We're gonna turn the lava into obsidian, and then that obsidian will be ground to dust, and then that will be squirted with more lava and pressed into sturdy sheets. And the place I've chosen to do that is we're right here. We're gonna have to go all the way down here. Follow this dual track line all the way down, all the way down. We're gonna keep going all the way. This is my 3-track main line. Go around food storage, continue curved tunnel. Cross this bridge that doesn't exist yet, this bridge that doesn't exist yet, through the fishing village, which doesn't exist yet, over the bridge, which doesn't exist, across an island, over another bridge that doesn't exist, up, underneath, surprisingly, my wheat farm and where my animal farms will eventually go, continuing to the right, past this little manual farm town, and then go turn north at the cobblestone production. Well, yes, it's everything from cobblestone production facility, continuing right over that bridge, which does exist. I did build that one already. Curving around. This is where I'm going to put a small town. Don't ask why. I curve all the way down here just to go right back up north. This is where I collect, or where I do most of my mining at this point. Mostly for deep slate and lapis. Continuing underneath this giant building on top of a mountain for some reason. Don't know why. Up this way. We're going to go through a tunnel through a mountain. This little section, which isn't finished, through a tunnel that's also not finished yet, and then boom. This is where the main line ends right now. I would like this whole mountainy area here to be both the train materials farm, and probably the create item factory as well. That way I can have everything, well, not everything, but I could have a ton of trains coming in and out, and I could more so justify a lot of trains just being in one place at one time. And then the create item factory, you know, all the create items, so the contents of this backpack. Everything I would want in here, which would probably mean maybe some kind of manual phantom, I mean, obviously manual, but a phantom farm. I don't know what this is. I should probably take that out of the bag. But yes, everything, well, pretty much everything I could produce, I could farm, not farm. What are the words I'm looking for? Everything in this backpack I will hopefully produce at that factory. And it will be a giant factory. Trust me, this is going to be a completely ridiculous endeavor, which I will probably do on a stupid long stream. And it won't be in this video. Let's. I do think, however, well, first off, I want to see what what this spawner. Okay, zombie spawner. Now that we have that sorted out, let's not take this train. I really don't want to take this train. This is my, by the way, my Kobo design train. I didn't build this. It was built by Bubbycraft. If you've seen me, especially through my train tutorials, then you'll know he's built that one. And that, I don't know why I wanted that train in particular, but it's been sitting there for probably a month and a half at this point. What I would like to do, however, is continue down to the nether portal system. I don't know why there isn't one up at the top of the volcano. There probably should be. Maybe it's because I have to extend this tunnel in the nether. I don't feel like doing that currently. I will have to extend my tunnel system at some point, however. It's just a super long single tunnel with a couple branches. Some of them fairly large branches. Some of them have lava. Well, not lava. They have flames marking out the corners, so I know that that's actually a tunnel and not just a giant gap in the nether. Alright, let's get going. Yeah, I don't know what what exactly I had in mind when I built that ridiculous slope right there. I do know this stretch of the world just well enough, however, to know we're right here. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. Probably in a live stream and mostly off camera. Well, I guess the live stream's not really off camera, but I digress. I'm going to flatten this area. I'm also starting to think that perhaps this area isn't as small as I thought it was, but honestly, if it comes down to it, I will expand the whole giant mountainy area. In fact, from this section over to here, and then I'll just try and terraform something that looks decent in the middle section. And I'll probably end up flattening that all the way out and around this side. Yeah, I think that's going to be really awful. I'll probably end it somewhere around here. But then that way, I guess this will continue out to here, and then up. So it'll still be a genuinely just a really large area. Get out of the map. But I think this will be the point where I cut the video, and I get to this really tedious empty head kind of activity. Empty head, mindless. That's the word we're looking for. And go. So what we have going on here is the clearest shot I took of the complete or the mostly completed plateau. I don't know what was going through my head, but I had this idea, I'm going to guess, of a really nice uh, point of view through one of the passenger coach windows on the express, just going around. You can see through the carriage and a big empty section. And that is the entirety of what I spent 2 hours working on stream that you've seen over the last, I don't know, 5 minutes. Thanks for sticking around if you made it this far, by the way. If you like me, you like what I do, you like my content, hey, like, subscribe, comment, tell me what I'm doing wrong. I don't know. Interaction's good. So I think I'm going to leave you now with regular me and not post production affected hippo. It has been several hours, and I have now filled in all this area with, well, I filled in the ballast. I have a very minor station. This doesn't look like any progress at all, but the ballast is done all the way down through here. It's done down the slope coming up to this. It's done along the giant curve. It goes all the way back, in fact. Well, to here is where it ended before, but I've also done the intersection down here. But honestly, I think that is pretty much everything. Because I've done the ballast all the way around everywhere. Oh, I guess not the tree farm area. So I guess that's something for me to do shortly. But I even stretched it out from where it ended. I think the ballast ended around this this entrance to the tunnel, and I have since stretched it all the way out to the beginning of the next area, or this area. So I think the next thing to do, since Boko is going to be part of the first farm I build out there, I think it's just going to be time to take him down this slope. This is about to be. I usually get kicked out of the trains on this slope. I think I fixed that problem now. But yeah, wrong direction. Already. Okay. I think what I'm going to do next is, I don't know, maybe just a nice long quiet take. Train sounds probably sped up. Who knows? I don't. I haven't gotten that far yet. It's a good thing I built. I sure hope I built it into here. Where's it at? I thought there was a. There's not just. There we go. There we go. So, I do have a seat and controls in here for an engine for an engineer, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing because that took 11 minutes. Hopefully, I mean, not hopefully, it certainly won't be that long in the actual video, but that was an 11-minute train ride, and I'm losing my mind. I cannot believe I sat through that just now. I'm not going to do that again. What I will do, however, you see how long this guy is? I think what I'm going to have to do is put Boko onto a separate track. I don't know where just yet. I might end up extending this platform out even further and then just having his own station right here on the side. I mean, and I think another thing I should do is check to see how long my passenger train is, just to make sure that when it comes time to build an actual passenger station out here, it it doesn't look too bad. Well, at least it'll fit, right? That's the big thing. I need it to fit. But that's gonna come a lot later. Until then, I think I'm going to extend this platform out even further. Probably another 2 chunk. I mean, what is it? It doesn't end nicely at the edge of a chunk. I'll probably extend it out at least one more chunk. I might push it to 2. That's probably going to be way too big. But then I'll have plenty of room for some kind of building right here. I could also theoretically add something right here, except it'd be more of a loop and it would feel kind of goofy, but we shall figure that out later. I suppose I should mention I have Boko set up to unload into those tanks and into an underground, well, 2 underground chunks. And this is probably over twice as big as it needs to be. Well, maybe not twice, but it's definitely way bigger than it needs to be. So the idea is eventually Boko is going to fill these tanks. These tanks were a later addition. And this pool, he's going to fill those up. And eventually they will be completely full. I'm going to let Boko just take his time doing that. I'm not really worried about all that. What I am going to try to do, however, is build a couple of these power what are they called? Steam engines. Duh. I'm gonna build some steam engines right here, and the goal is to try and keep them all within 1 chunk, which is why I have the chunk boundaries up. So that way, if I have to chunk load the area, I can at least make sure that the power station will always be loaded. But yeah, everyone's familiar with a steam engine, so I'm not going to really focus on that too much more. I do want to note. I do want to note that my cat is currently climbing on my desk. If y'all would like some pictures of him, I have no problem using him for content, especially if everyone else likes him. And he I mean, he'll feel the benefits of it. I'm not going to just abuse him for content. Yeah, I'm talking about you. I'll make sure to buy him a birdhouse or something he can really appreciate while he's sitting inside all day, looking out the windows, wishing he was free. All right, I think I've done enough yapping. I'll be back in a little while. So as you can see here, I've got my stressometer, which is showing I'm at 73%, which, I mean, it's only 3 blaze burners, and I'm looking at, I think, currently 9 pumps and then 1 drill. So I'm all right for now, considering that this is going to be powered up substantially. Well, I mean, 6 times, right? So that little bit of stress right now, or that, I guess, lack of capacity isn't going to be a huge problem. What I have done, this will be the platform. I guess I just want a little stone uh, platform. These will be caution blocks. I don't have any on me. I conveniently left them all in my storage system or storage room when I was cleaning up my storage area. What I do want to do is show you this right here. This is my current lava farm, or not lava farm, my obsidian farm. So lava, as I showed in the previous clip, is pumped into these tanks and down below, but the lava pumped into the tanks comes over here. It gets pumped into this solid block right here, and then that can be stored in a drawer. This drawer will not be lasting, by the way, but I haven't built out the crushing wheel and the lava spout and then the presses just yet, so I'm getting there. I'm not quite done yet. In fact, I mean, I could realistically just build it on camera, right? I wasn't going to, but I think I've decided now that I will. We will include one small detail. When I put this here, I'd like to have a single block on top of that, so now I can't get crushed. Over here, unfortunately, this entire thing is done on... Alright, this won't last too long. I made this platform even, like a fool, so now we're going to just, make it all odd. I guess oddening it up doesn't doesn't make any sense. Oh, and then all those sturdy sheets, I already had those on me. I carried those on me. I'm going to guess, in case I ever had to make a train schedule for some reason, I would have a surplus of those on me. But for now, I just want all of this to be complete, so that way when 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I want all this to feel kind of cramped in here. And that's what it takes to overstress. Alright, noted. Here's what we'll do. We remove that one right there, and not that. We'll just slowly add in I guess, let's try that one. Should be getting, we won't be getting much considering everything over here. There we go. this up drastically. But see the lava pump in, and then our stress capacity should increase. Am I missing something up there? Water, apparently. Water's not flowing in fast enough. So I suppose what I'll end up doing is just increasing the, I could just increase the amount of pumps that are going into those two. And that, you know what, that's probably the easiest route, so I think that's what I'll do. But that should solve this whole problem. In fact, I might even be able to get away with less lava, or yeah, less lava consumption. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll continue with my progress over there, just hooking everything up. So I might have gotten slightly uh locked in. I locked in, and why is he going backwards? Anyway, might have locked in, died over there. Those two don't necessarily match, but I started designing the factory. It's not a very creative design. I don't think I know I've definitely used something like this before. You might actually get to see it someday. Who knows? My giant factory I made with this sort of layout. I still have not done anything here. I will say though, what I plan to do here is uh, have two sections. So yeah, let's just kind of block it out with this. So I've got these are 5 blocks wide. So in my mind, there will be a division every 7 blocks. So over here, you can have 3 wide factory for. Well, actually, this one is probably going to be mostly just cobblestone storage, and that is because cobblestone, as we're all aware by now, is the cornerstone of the create mod. You can make just about, actually, you can make almost all create components with this and wood. And I will also be introducing a supply of wood to uh, this facility. Everything will be supplied on these conveyor belts, and then I think the game plan is to have another one bringing items in from underground, and I'm well aware that, and I'll continue way down underground. But I'm aware of the fact that the belts aren't the best for lag, or at least for game performance, and that's mostly because of the moving textures, I think. But that also goes for everything else in the create mod. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up AFKing here whenever I need components, but ideally, while I'm finishing the area, the factory will be running and loading everything up. So I shouldn't actually have to do anything. And then there will be one large door here, probably not 3 wide, probably 5 wide, just to, I don't know, justify the size. And then that way I can also make it taller. And then I'm planning on a dual platform station over here. I might actually expand it to 3 and just get really close to the edge over here. And then that way I can have I can have that middle bay platform, and it might be just, I don't know, a little more interesting for me. But yeah, this is pretty much it. And then I haven't connected these tracks yet, but this is roughly how they will connect. Problem I'm going to run into now is how I have all this laid out. I was kind of hoping there'd be enough room for me to put that all down here without um, having to bend the track all weird. I want this to be more straight and then connecting into it. But the problem I'm going to have is that this right here, I need it to be a nice curved piece of track, but I also want it to come close to this this entrance right here. Because if the entrance doesn't go here, then like let's say I put the entrance in the corner, and it would be a good distance away from whatever entrance ends up being on this wall. Also, is this not even? It's not. So that's not good. It's not good because I already made a schematic of this that I was planning on. Would it be one shot? No, exactly. Okay. I made a schematic of this. So it's 3 a.m. right now. Which isn't the greatest excuse, but it is 3 a.m. right now. And I should really just stop playing Minecraft at some point. Probably now, as a matter of fact. So I think what I'm going to do, go to bed, get back on tomorrow, and then get all this going. Hopefully tomorrow afternoon, maybe I'll even start at noon, and I'll do a big stream of all this. You'll know because you'll have either watched the stream or you'll have seen the VOD, or I'll upload the VOD after I do the stream. Of course, after I do the stream. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm even going to include all this in the video. I'm just rambling at this point. I'm going to bed. This isn't the end of the video. The video will probably include me building the exterior of the factory. Or maybe this will be the end of the video. Who knows? I don't know. There's not really much more to add to this. I mean, I'm going to throw in some black vertical striped glass panes, but that's because I like how during the day they're black. They make it look a little bit darker on the inside, and they make the overall building aesthetic look just darker. I don't imagine a factory being the most welcoming place. We've reached the point where I've stopped building based on what I think would be realistic. Let's just get all this stuff out of the... Alright, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Alright. I might include another clip with the main floor done, but probably not. I don't know. I don't know. Good night. Goodbye. End of the video.